Welcome back, folks. We are back and better than ever. Welcome into Theory 8. He's BJ Saffron. He is the guru. And BJ, big news.
Yeah.
We have a home.
Yeah, we do. It's exciting stuff. It's kind of what we've been working on and why we haven't done a video in a little while, but we now have a full-on academy at Grandover Resort and Spa, which is now one of the Wyndham Grand properties. So we're excited about that. We've got an indoor facility. We've got outdoor facilities. We have everything that a student could possibly need.
If you're coming to Greensboro, North Carolina, or anywhere in central North Carolina, come see BJ. He is the man. We are in Raleigh, North Carolina. Just finished with Derek Wittenberg's Charity Pro-Am. Who won that thing? Do we know who won that thing? I believe this man won that thing, and that ain't all he's won. This is Koren Robinson. He is the natural. He is a pro bowler, a wide receiver, you know, one of the little guys on the field.
Yeah, right. As you can tell, that's not the case.
All right.
But you're a golfer now. What are we working on? What's your handicap? Tell folks how you're playing.
I'm a 6 handicap right now. Trying to get it down a little further.
Strengths and weaknesses.
Strength, distance, you know, I have a good feel, hands, but I just move. I move, don't turn like I should. Body just not, you know, not sequencing up.
How are you physically? Any injuries from your playing days? Or are you
I have a few, but I'm solid. I'm solid enough to play golf, you know, to get around, play with the kids and all of that. So.
Well, the fat guy's going to get out of the way, and we're going to let you guys have a moment here, and I promise you, in 10 minutes, you're going to be a better player than you are right now.
Let's hope so.
Let's do it.
Right. So as you can see here, John, I mean, just a natural athlete, sets up really well. I mean, his golf setup, you know, from the lines that we look at are really good. He starts in, you know, positions that we want to see, which make the athlete able to really make the moves that we want. So that's the best start.
I want to take the club away from you. Standing there beside the golf ball for a second, show me the stance you would be in if you're going on a deep out. At the line. Look at where his spine angle is.
Yep.
Now put the club in your hand and stand up to a golf shot. Your spine angle didn't change. No. It's an athletic move, folks. Yep. It's an athletic move.
Yep. And that's, you know, John, we find that true with a lot of the athletes that we work with that have been professionals in other sports. Those angles are very similar in all the sports for the athlete to be in the athletic position to get started. You know, one thing that we've worked with him on a little bit, and it's tightening up already, is that front foot. You know, we talk a lot about, at Theory 8, we talk a lot about ground pressure and force and kinesthetics and kinematic sequencing. How do we use the ground to create force, speed, and power? And as a good athlete, you know, as he is, footwork is key. But as you can see, you know, really good motions, really good move. I mean, very athletic, does a lot of things in his golf swing really well.
So what do you do with an athlete like this? How do you tighten up that dispersion?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing we do is we go back to, you know, what he does well, what he does naturally, right? Get in athletic stance, get in athletic motion, and we really just look at how the big muscles are working on a really good athlete. You know, a lot of people can get too honed in on the little muscles, but when you have a good athlete like this, you really want to work on what the big muscles are doing and kind of see what that is. And so where we started with him was we really tried to get into that front foot, and it's less now, but it used to have a lot of movement in it going back, and then coming through it would twist. And so we knew that he was losing some ground pressure there to turn and rotate through. And so we really want to make sure, go ahead and set up, that he's able to really focus on this traction on the front foot. He's got great backside traction and explosion off of that, but we really want to get this. So what we'll do is we'll put a ball, lift that there, kind of on the ball of the foot. Get it a little more center there, okay? And what we want him to do is really push that ball into the ground as he goes back, and then as he starts to come through, we want him to push it further down. So you've got to really keep that position while making this swing. So we'll try to get him to hold that traction to push it down going back, and then to push it even further down coming through.
Oh.
Good. Good. Okay, do it again. And you can see, and even with a great athlete, footwork at first in the golf swing, it takes some time. Good, really good.
And that clearly is an evolving principle when you look at Scotty Scheffler
Yeah.
or Justin Rose, and then you look at John Rahm. 3 distinctly different styles on the ground with their feet, but all effective.
Yeah, I mean,
You couldn't. Scotty Scheffler doesn't swing like Scotty Scheffler if he grows up with spikes on his feet.
Very true. Very true. I don't know that we would hear from it if he wasn't able to move that foot around.
Yeah.
And so, there
That's
are.
really good there.
That was really good. There are principles to it, but there's anomalies as well.
Yeah.
But, the good athlete, ground traction and force from there, that's something that resonates with them.
Yeah, and
Good, really good.
Tom Kim is another one. These kids on tour are just trying to generate as much power as possible. For most of us, we want to make solid contact.
Right.
And so what you're seeing on tour and what you can do are 2 different things.
Absolutely. We talk a lot about with our students how the brain, that was great there, how the brain talks to the muscles and how that kinematic sequence process is. And if we can really get the big muscles working correctly and making that twist or turn that some people call it, if we can get those real effective, the little muscles will take care of themselves. Great. Really good.
Best one.
Really good. Well, that looks good there, John. What do you think?
I love it. I love it. It created a transition that was a little bit smoother, and it created a more body rotation rather than lateral movement just by putting that ball there.
Yeah, and he probably noticed as he went through hitting these balls, this is a new drill for him. We hadn't even done this yet, have we?
No,
So it's a very new drill. So you saw a premium athlete go through a difficult drill and started at first, and it's not easy to do. So when you go train on your own, make sure you give yourself some time and have some patience.
And it's okay to use a golf ball. Now, don't worry, Theory 8 eventually will come out with some sort of half ball that you can put underneath your foot, and we'll charge $29.99 for it. But for right now,
Absolutely.
just use a golf ball.
Absolutely. No doubt.
Theory8golf.com. That's what we're looking for.
Thanks for being out here with us
Thank
today.
you.
We
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yeah.
Koren Robinson is
sir.
faster than you. He's tougher than you, but he's a 6, so you still might get him.
Yeah.
But not for long. Not for long. Scratched by Christmas.
He's probably better looking than most of them, too.
Better believe that.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good one.